Hello students, today we are starting the second term and the first lesson from our second term is the human body and organ system. So here can you recall its first question is there. So under this question, from what the organs and organ systems are made up of? This is the first question. So as we know that all this we already studied in the standard 7, and we know that from what organ and organ systems are formed, are made up of. So as we know that first of all, cell is the basic structure and first functional unit of a body. So many cells come together and it forms a tissue. Tissues of same functioning and characters come together, it forms the organ. Organs come together and it forms the organ system. And so many organ systems come together and it forms a what? Body. That we have already studied in our last standard, that is in standard 7. So cell forms the tissue forms the organ form the organ system, and then it forms the body. So this is the answer of first question. Which organ systems are present in human body? Okay, so which organ systems are there? Digestive system, after that respiratory system, reproductive system, excretory system, circulatory system, then means these all are the present in our body. Okay, now after that, in the last class we have studied some characters of living organism. So which are the characteristics of living organism? As you know that, all you know that is the every living organism is made up of a single means the main structural and functional unit of the body is the cell, and from the cell all living organisms are formed, and these cells are there. Okay, if single cell is the body, then it is called as unicellular organism, and if the more than one cells are present in the body of the animal, then it is called as multicellular organism. All the vital processes which are essential properties of living beings, means excretion, digestion, these are the very respiration, these are the very important essential properties of the living beings and are collectively called as a life process. They are collectively called as a life processes. Which process occur in our body during sound sleep? As you know that when we are sleeping, at that time in our body digestion takes place. Digestion, excretion, as you know that whenever you are sleeping, the respiration is also continuously going on. As you sleep, the respiration is not stops. So these things are there. These processes means digestion, reproduction, respiration, these things are there. Growth, these processes occur in our body. Which life process occur continuously in our body? Continuously is which? That is when we start our life journey from a single cell. From that, when we die, till that, what happens in our body? The growth, wear and tear of the body, then respiration is going on. So these are the main, means all these processes are going continuously in our body. Different organs in our body are working in a group so as to smoothly carry out various life processes. What they told you, different organs. For example, we will take example of a digestive system. So esophagus, then afterwards stomach, large intestine, small intestine, then afterwards some inside it some digestive glands are there, liver is there, then intestinal means pancreas, these all are there. They are performing their proper functioning to carry out the digestion. Same way, if you take the example of the circulation, so oxygen, what happens, blood carry from the lungs, afterwards what happens, it provided to the each and every cell of our body. Carbon dioxide, wherever it is formed, it is collected from there and it is again bringing towards the what, lungs, and then exhalation takes place. Means these things are there, that is continuously going on in our body. Okay, now next is the So here it is this life processes takes place in various steps are there. Specific organs carry out the specific steps. Group of organ working together perform specific function is called as a organ system. This group of what specific function they are performing whenever if it is present in the lungs, then they are performing the function of respiration. Whenever the cell group of cell it is present in the digestive system, they are performing the proper function where it is located. Means these things are these functions they are doing, and these are called as a, what they told you, group of organs working together to perform a specific function is called as a organ system. Various organ systems like which digestive system, just now I told you, digestive, respiratory, circulatory, nervous system, excretory system, reproductive system, skeletal or muscular system functioning in our body. These all systems are there, they are functioning in our body. Which different organs perform the function of breathing in body of animal. So which organs are present? As you know that nose is the main one. From the nose we are taking the air into our body. Yes. Then afterwards what happens? The air which we are taking from the nose, that enter in the, this is the air we are taking, and it enters into the trachea. This is the trachea. Trachea has a two bifurcations are there. It opens into the lungs. Okay, this air, what happens, it enters into the lung, and then air enter into the alveoli which are present there. Grape, like how the grapes are there, in that way these are the alveoli that enter into this, and here there's the specific cells are there. What happens, they're taking the oxygen from these cells, and carbon dioxide, what happens, they are throwing into the lungs, and then what happens, the carbon dioxide coming out of the body and oxygen enters into the body again. So in this way, means nose, trachea, then alveoli, lungs, these are there, they are performing the function of a respiration in our body or in human body. Okay, so here it is the which different organs. So trachea, lungs are there, alveoli are there, they are performing the function of breathing in our body or body of the animal. Energy is essential to operate all the life processes in human body. Okay, to perform any function, whatever, if you want to go from here to there, you have to do right, run, play. In for these things, the main thing is necessary, that is the energy is essential to operate all life processes in human body. Energy production occurs within the cell. Cell needs supply of soluble nutrients. Cell, what it needs? The supply of soluble nutrients. Means whatever we are eating, rice, chapati, whatever we are, fruits we are eating, milk we are drinking, that enters in our body, and afterwards its digestion takes place, and from this the energy molecules are, what happens, cells are preparing, and that cells are there. From there they are stored in the cell in the form of ATP molecules, and that energy we are using for different functioning. Oxygen for this purpose. And what they told you, cell needs supply of soluble nutrients. What they need, cells need supply of soluble nutrient and oxygen. For what purpose? To prepare for the energy production. These supplies takes place with the help of respiratory and circulatory system. Yes, from respiratory system oxygen enters, and circulatory system is there. Whatever oxygen is there in the we are taking from our nose, it provides to the each and every cell of our body. Respiration is carried out through the following three steps. Okay, so here it is the steps. So first is the external respiration. Point A, inspiration or exhalation. Air is taken in through nose and sent towards the lungs through the trachea or windpipe. Just now I shown you, suppose this is our body, this is our nose. So what I told you, from nose air enter into the trachea, these are trachea, and then it enters into the lungs. Okay, and this is included in the inspiration or the inhalation. Okay, through the lungs. Now next it is the expiration or exhalation. oxygen from the expiration and exhalation. Okay, so oxygen from the inspiration, whenever we are taking in air into our body, what enters in our body? Oxygen, it is enter in our body. Okay, oxygen from the inspired air, means whatever air we are taking in our body, from it that oxygen enter into the blood. That blood carries the CO2, means blood, they are from the different cells, they carries the CO2 from various parts of the body towards whom? That is the lung, and that CO2 enter into the lungs, and this is, and then afterwards it is throwing out outside the body. Okay, throwing outside the body, and this process is called as a exhalation. Inhalation means taking air into the body is called as a inhalation. This is a simple and very easy definition of the inhalation, and in other words we can say that to take oxygen into the body, it is called as a inspiration, and throwing the CO2 or exhale the air outside the body, it is called as a expiration or inhalation. Both these processes occurring with the help of lungs and are collectively called as a external respiration, means inhalation and exhalation is called as a external respiration. Okay, second type is the internal respiration. Exchange of gases, as you know that when we are taking air into the lungs, in the lungs what happens, the exchange of gases, means oxygen from the air which we inhale is taken into the body, and CO2 which is carried from the different parts of the body is what happens, throwing into the lungs for exhalation. Okay, and this exchange of gases takes place in this second, that is the internal respiration. So here it is given, that is exchange of gases between cells and tissues, tissue fluid is called as the internal respiration. Oxygen moves from blood, oxygen which is moves from blood into the tissues, tissue fluid, and carbon dioxide moved from the tissue fluid into the blood, means oxygen which is from the lungs enter into the tissue fluid, and tissue fluid with which brought the carbon dioxide from all parts of the body, from tissue fluid CO2 enters into the what? Lungs. This is called as the internal respiration. And thirdly, it is the cellular respiration. Now what happens, we brought the now the oxygen enter into the body, then what happens here, the dissolved nutrients like glucose are slowly burned. Whatever we are eating, as you know that inside it what is present, that is a sugar eating, chapati if you are eating, rice if you are eating, inside it these carbohydrates are present, and this is nothing but the sugar molecules are there. If you take the taste of the milk and chapati and bhakri, if you are chewing it for some more time, then its taste is little bit sweet. And why it is sweet? Because sugar molecules are present inside it. So dissolved nutrients like glucose are slowly burned with the help of oxygen, and energy is released into the form of ATP, means whatever the sugar molecule is there, it get oxidized, means it reacts with the oxygen which we done which enter into the body through the process of respiration, and this sugar molecule, it enters due to in the process of digestion. So what happens, this sugar molecule get oxidized with the help of this oxygen, and what it forms the carbon dioxide that we are exhale, water molecule, and main thing is that the energy. Okay, and how many energy? From one single molecule of glucose, 38 ATP molecules, that is adenosine triphosphate, A for adenosine, T for triphosphate molecules are formed in this process of cellular respiration. The waste material, which is the waste material, that is CO2, and water molecule is there, water vapors are produced during this process. Okay, cellular respiration can summarized as follows. So here it is a reaction, it is shown here. Okay, so water molecule is there, oxygen molecule is there, it oxidizes the glucose molecule which we took into the body by the process of digestion, and then what happens in these processes, inside carbon dioxide and water molecule, these are the waste material is formed, and the main thing, that is the energy molecule, that is the 8 molecules of ATP are formed in this process. So in this way, this is the three types of external respiration has three types, and that is inspiration, exhalation, that is taking air into the body, exhalation, that is throwing CO2 outside the body, and inside it internal respiration inside, The exchange of gases is takes place into the cell and the tissue fluid. And thirdly, the oxidation of the glucose molecules takes place in the process. And these are the three types of respiration. These are the form into the body. Okay, so today we will stop here only, and next part of the lesson we will see in our next lesson. Okay, thank you and have a good day.